Alright, so I just want to talk about this Malaysian airplane that just disappeared. Um, so it's been what, 2 or 3 weeks now, and they found nothing on it. Um, and this is very suspicious to me. I mean, you got, I think they said 14 countries looking for it. You got, the Americans and the Russians, which are like two of the smartest countries. It's like technology wise, they have a shitload of technology. Russians are very smart. We're very smart, and we don't know where the fuck this plane went. I say bullshit to that. Yeah, we do know. Somebody has to know where this plane is, and I'm not saying it was like a conspiracy or whatever, because I don't know. There's been so little information that has been, the public knows about this. But I can almost guarantee you that governments or other people know more about this, and I think they might even know the answer to where this plane was. But I think they're saving, the time. They're saving the release of this information for a time to cover up something else that's going to happen in the government or the world. Like I think this it's pretty obvious that this Malaysian airplane disappearance is being used to cover up what's happening in Russia, because I very rarely watch the mainstream media news because it's mostly lies. I don't believe in it. It's government run. So, but what I was watching Fox, and they were all just talking about the Malaysian airplane. I mean, it's all about the Malaysian airplane. Yeah, we might be going to a World War III with Russia. Oh, but we gotta talk about this airplane that mysteriously disappeared the whole time. It's all about the airplane. It's not about Crimea, which could lead to a World War III, which could lead to nuclear war, which could lead to the annihilation of human civilizations, and could lead to the slavery of us under the New World Order. No, that doesn't matter. It's all about the Malaysian airplane that disappeared. So I think it's pretty obvious that somebody knows something, but they're just waiting, to release it to the public. They're gonna wait, and they're gonna cover some shit up. So it's been, the whole Russia. I made a video on that. So yeah, but I'm pretty scared about that. I'm scared of the New World Order. I'm scared that people are just walking around without a care in the world, or there's people that wanna take us over, put us under their power, make us our slaves, depopulize the world, and basically just run over us and us as their slaves. And I'm scared about that. Seriously. I mean, it's documented that globalists want to do that. You can't really debate that when they say they want to do that. I mean, just read Agenda 21, and it basically talks about Agenda 21 from the UN. It talks about, pretty much a takeover of human civilization, um, the takeover of private property. And there's this big map, you could see it. I was watching a video on this, and it like shows, oh, humans cannot live here. If they live here, they're going to be under, it's a map of America. If they live here, they're going to be under big government watch and shit. So it's pretty scary, though. Like, I find it very scary if you look into this shit. And people just walk around without a care in the world. Just trust the government. I don't trust the government. I mean, they lie to us. It's declassified. They have lied about numerous things. They lied about Pat Tillman, the killing of Pat Tillman. They lied about the rescue of Jessica Lynch. They lied about Iraq. They lied about Gulf of Tonkin. I mean, the list just goes on and on. They lied about WMDs in Iraq. They lied about it just goes on and on. With Iraq, they lied to WMDs and Al Qaeda. So I guess you could say that's one or two. I don't know, but so yeah, I just want to wake people up. I want to see people, and they seem to be waking up. So yeah, but the media should be covering this the Russian situation more than the missing plane. They just keep covering. I mean, it's the same shit too. We don't know anything. All right, that should be the end of it. We don't know anything about it because the government probably won't release anything to the public. Although we should know about it because our fucking tax dollars are paying for the search. I mean, and that's one other thing. Why are the Americans in the church? I mean, we just do everything for everybody. I mean, we're the policemen of the world. How about somebody else take over for once and do something for some other country? I mean, we're $17 trillion in debt, and we're just going all over the world. We got military bases all over the world. We're the policemen of the world. We're searching for this plane. We're using the taxpayers' money to just go all over the world and do whatever the fuck we want. Somebody else has to take control. How about NATO takes control and does some shit? You know, it's always us coming in and saving other countries' asses when NATO won't do shit about it. So, you know, this Russia situation should be covered more because it could lead to a World War III, which could lead to a nuclear war, which I don't want. I don't want a nuclear war, but the globalists do. They want a nuclear war so they could take over, they could gain power, because power, you get power from war. Because with war, you take away people's liberties. Because you say, oh, we're in war. That means you could be a potential terrorist. They did it with the Japanese during World War II in America. They put them in concentration camps. And you hear very little about that. Oh, yeah, you don't want to, touch on that. You don't want to touch on a controversial secret of the government. Although it's documented, they put like 100-some thousand Japanese in concentration camps during World War II. And then in 1980 or 90, they come, oh, we're going to give $20,000 to all the families. Although a lot of them are probably dead by now. And that's alright. Just stupid. So, and by the way, that $20,000 is coming out of our pockets. It's not from the government. So that's bullshit right there. I mean, you get a war, and then you start taking away people's liberties. You start taking away the Fourth Amendment, reasonable search and seizure with the NSA, and it just leads to taking away of your freedoms. I mean, you should have freedom to do whatever the fuck you want without the government spying on you all the fucking time. I mean, they could be listening to this fucking video I'm making right now. They could be looking at me. They could be spying on me. I got a fucking phone. They could be accessing my phone right now, hacking into my phone and be listening to every word I'm saying right now. And that's a fucking scary thought. That's a very scary thought. And the government, with the passing of the Patriot Act, which violates our freedoms, the freedoms we should have after 9/11. 9/11, whether you believe it's a conspiracy or not, has been used to take our liberties. If they take our guns, then it's over. Because guns are used to protect against oppressive governments. Not hunting and fishing, oppressive governments. That's why we should have guns. Let's look at all the countries that don't have guns. There's oppression by the government. There's democides. There's mass killings. Look at where all the mass killings take place. In places that don't have guns. Look at where all the violence takes place. In places that don't have guns. Europe, Britain takes away the guns. All these European countries take away guns. Yet, the violence increases. People don't kill people. Guns kill people. You don't never see a gun just going off by itself killing a person. It takes a human element to kill people. And guns are used for protection. They're used to protect us against criminals, against oppressive governments. Even gun violence has gone down like 50% in the last 20 years. They don't like to tell you that, but it has. And it's just retarded that they want to try to take away our guns, because when they're gonna try to take away their guns, it's just a plan for the globalists to gain power. Because if we don't have guns, we cannot protect ourselves against the globalists. So I know that I'm going pretty far off topic here with the plane. So I guess I'll wrap this video up with saying the plane, probably they know more than we do, and they're just gonna wait to unveil the information. They're gonna wait. And because they got all this technology now, they have some shit we don't know. So they're gonna wait to unveil the information, and they're gonna use it to cover up a bigger story. And the longer they wait to unveil the information, the bigger it's gonna be. It's gonna be, if they unveil it tomorrow, it's not gonna be as big as if they unveil it a couple weeks from now, in my opinion. I don't know about that, but that's how I feel. If they wait a little bit longer, it's going to be bigger news. So, I think they're going to use it to cover up something. Not saying this is a conspiracy, not saying a government did this. It very well could be, a terrorist, because I'm sure Malaysia isn't that strict on TSA or whatever. I'm not a supporter of the TSA. because they haven't caught anybody. But that's a story for that's a argument for a different day with the TSA. But it could be a terrorist, but I'm not saying it is. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I think somebody knows what has happened, and they're waiting to unveil it to us. Um, and they're going to use it to cover up some other thing. It could be on Russia. It could be on something else. So there's my opinion, my thoughts on Russia and some other topics. So there you go, people.